I've done everything from Popeye to Peter Pan, Terminator, Rambo. Did a few pulp stories in my time. And now I'm doing pulps. I'm bringing back classic pulp characters from like 1930s, from which comics originally sprang in the first place. It's one of those things that for 28 years while writing comics and being involved with the industry, I went to various conventions and we sit down and talk with our colleagues and wonder what it must have been like living in New York during the Depression, living in a cold water flat, pounding out a story for like a half a penny a word to pay the rent and to feed yourself, right? And it's a really, it's a less cynical form of storytelling, obviously, all right? Great heroes, stalwart, true to form, selfless, self-sacrificing, dastardly villains with maniacal plots to destroy the city of New York or the world or whatever, right? And so we're doing this. A lot of these have fallen into what we call public domain. Their copyrights expired because nobody thought they were of any value. And over the last 2 years, I've begun Airship 27. Please, that's a flyer. And basically what we do is we find these obscure, great 1930s classic pulp heroes. I go out and find new writers, today's writers, you know, gifted, creative people. We get people to do a few spot illustrations, classic, great paint. We get talented people to do our covers. And we're basically producing new adventures. Still set in the 1930s, though. Still done to honor the tradition. But these are new pulp. So Captain Hazard, Secret Agent X, you know, and whoever else. We're going to be doing Dan Fowler, G-Man, later this year. And Jim Anthony, Super Detective. Like I said, for the most part, most people, when you say pulp, will think of the top tier guys, the Shadow, and Doc Savage, but that's the tip of the iceberg. There were hundreds of great characters. So Airship 27's on a mission to bring them back, to the public and let people have some fun reading this stuff.
Very cool.
There you go.